Kindly be seated. A very happy morning to all. Graduation day is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of another more uncertain and more difficult part of man's quest for a better life and future. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. Welcome to the 9th graduation ceremony of Aalim Muhammed Saleh Academy of Architecture. We welcome all our graduates, parents, faculty members, and other distinguished guests on this grand occasion of 9th graduation day of Aalim Muhammed Saleh Academy of Architecture. I now request our student from second year, Hamza, to begin this auspicious occasion by reciting the Qiraat to invoke the Almighty.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Hamza. We kindly request everyone present to rise up for the Tamil Thai Varthu, sung by a student choir.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடைந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனர் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தனித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, students. We would now like to request our beloved principal, Professor A.J. Paul sir, to present the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to extend my heartfelt welcome to Architect B.S. Murthy sir to preside this event as a chief guest. Welcome, sir. I am honored to welcome our guest of honor, Architect Ramprakash sir. Welcome, sir. I welcome our beloved Secretary and Correspondent, Mr. Muhammed Saleh sir. Welcome, sir. Our Dean, Professor Lavanya, our HOD, Professor Kavitha, special invitees, our dear faculty members, dear students, last but not the least, our dear graduates and proud parents. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to stand before you today on this momentous occasion, the graduation ceremony of our architecture students. Graduation is more than a celebration of academic achievement. It is a rite of passage. Today, you step out not as graduates, but as creators, visionaries, future shapers of our built environment. As architects, you have the rare responsibility and privilege of giving form to society's dreams, needs, and values. Your work will influence how people live, work, connect, and thrive. The last few years have tested your resilience and creativity. From late nights in the studio to navigating uncharted challenges. And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, and ready to build a better world. I urge you to carry forward the principles you have learned here: sustainability, empathy, innovation, integrity. Architecture is not merely about buildings, it's about people. Let your designs respond to the climate, community, and culture. Let them stand as timeless contributions to the future. As you venture into the professional world or higher studies, never stop learning. Bold in your ideas, humble in your practice, and always grounded in ethics. And above all, remain passionate, because passion is the foundation upon which the great architecture is built. Congratulations once again to all our graduates and your families. We are proud of what you have achieved and excited about the paths you will pave. Thank you, and may your journey ahead be inspiring as the spaces you will create. Thank you.
I kindly request everyone to keep their mobile phones in silent mode. We now request our Honorable Secretary and Correspondent, Mr. Muhammed Saleh sir, to honor our chief guest, Architect B.S. Murthy, Managing Director and Founder, PADGRO Consultants Pvt Ltd. We now request our Principal, Architect A.J. Paul sir, to felicitate our guest of honor, Architect Ramprakash, Principal Architect, Ramprakash Associates. Thank you, sir. We deem it a privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, to the gathering. We would like to call upon Professor K. Lavanya ma'am, our Dean, to introduce today's chief guest. Please, ma'am.
Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure in introducing our Honorable Chief Guest, Architect B.S. Murthy sir, to the August gathering. Architect Murthy sir is the Managing Director and founder of PADGRO Consultants Pvt Ltd, a leading architecture and town planning firm based in Chennai. With over 5 decades of rich experience, he holds a bachelor's degree in architecture and master's degree in town and country planning from the School of Architecture and Planning, Chennai. He also trained under renowned architects B.V. Doshi sir and Anant Raja sir at IIM Ahmedabad. Murthy sir is a fellow member of multiple prestigious professional bodies including IIA, ITPI, IID, ICI, CII, and Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. He is a founder member of STEM Bangalore and also serving on various boards and committees, including Anna University and its affiliating colleges, Sri Vidya Niketan Group of Educational Institute at Tirupati, BMTPC, continuing his contribution both to academia and professional forums. Murthy sir has been recognized with several awards, and it includes Honorable Architect Award during the year 2014 by IIA, Excellence in Interiors and Architectural Designs for Best Interior Designer for CRISP IT Park, Chennai. His projects spans various domains, which includes healthcare, education, government infrastructure, corporate, housing and neighborhood development, IT parks with ongoing works which includes BEL, KSITM, BPCL and city infrastructure upgrades in Chennai, Coimbatore, Tirupur and across the nation. It is very difficult to summarize his rich 5 decades of experience. Somehow I have did this. So we are pleased to have Architect Murthy sir with us today, and we look forward to hear his insights as we celebrate the achievements and journeys of our graduating batch. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure to request Professor T.S. Kavitha ma'am, Head of Department, to introduce our distinguished guest of honor.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. It is with great pleasure and pride that I take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed guest of honor for the 9th graduation day of Aalim Muhammed Saleh Academy of Architecture, Architect Ramprakash, the Principal Architect and founder of Ramprakash Associates, Chennai. Architect Ramprakash is a distinguished figure in the field of architecture, known for his innovative design approach that seamlessly blends functionality with aesthetics. With a strong presence in Chennai's architectural landscape, his firm has contributed to a wide range of projects from residential and commercial spaces to institutional and urban design. His work is admired for its contextual sensitivity, sustainable values, and thoughtful detailing. Beyond his practice, he is also widely respected as a mentor and thought leader in the architectural community, inspiring young architects through his ideology and works. Today, as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students, we are honored to have with us someone who not exemplifies excellence in the field, but also represents the spirit of creativity, commitment, and continuous learning. Our students will carry forward. Please join me in coming to Musa.
Requesting our revered secretary, Muhammed Saleh, to declare graduation open. So please.
This graduation occurred of Architecture, has been called on to award the degree in architecture upon candidates who in the examinations recently held for the purpose have been certified to be worthy of the same. I hereby declare the graduation day open.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Architect B.S. Murthy, sir, Managing Director and Founder, PADGRO Consultants Pvt Ltd, to deliver the graduation day address. Sir, please.
It's a great pleasure to be with all of you, and especially to the dignitaries on the dais, management, future architects and their parents, and the faculty. Exactly 48 years back, I was sitting there and for my graduation day, and I recalled for the days what I was working with that. Today, I've become an architect, urban planner, because of the faculty and the institution which has supported me. I still remember my faculty members, Professor Harris, Professor Altaf Ahmed, Professor Raj, Professor Pitwadian, so on like that. I still keep continued discussion with them. I always take their advice to raise. I suppose you also keep the same with your faculty here, because they are the ones responsible for you to come to this station, to this position. You're entering into a very, very noble profession, which is as old as civilization. Your responsibilities for this, to keep up the noble profession, is very high, because this noble profession must be having it must be thousands of years, where the man has started his living, taking protection from the 5 elements, the Panchabhutas, air, water, Agni, and all that things. So he started this thing. The first protection of man, first shelter, he started building a shelter. The first shelter man has built to protect the fire, because fire was very important to him to run his day-to-day elements. And so the first shelter man built is on the fire. Then it was continually, the process was going on, and he built structures of so many to save from him from the environment, save from him the animals, frames, save from him from the co-human beings also. The architecture has a foundation of that history. You have a great history, recorded history in architecture. I think you all studied the history of architecture of ancient, and history of architecture of Islamic, Buddhist, Indian, and early Rome and Italian architecture. The architecture was always need-based, economy-based, and socially fabricated. That dictates the composition of architecture. Always these are the elements that were dictating the architects. So architecture has passed through so many generations, so many changes according to the existing law. Today, you are in an architect's position because you have a history of so many thousands of years, you should know, and you have to respect the thousands of years of architecture, what you have built. My recent visit to Turkey, I found those structures of architectural value are kept in, absolutely kept in intact. They are, each structure may be 1,500 years old, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, like that. And it was Constantinople when it was an European culture, then it was Istanbul when it has become Islamic architecture. But the architecture they have saved. Whatever they built, it was thousands of years. Even today, they are absolutely perfect in condition and perfect in this thing. So we should learn as an architect. This is my advice. We should save our heritage. We should save the old buildings. We should have respect for history. If you are knowing your history well, you will be a very, very successful architect. That's my this thing. Then, when in this position after my architecture, I thought I'd become a full-fledged architect, and I wanted to work and get into architecture because I'm a full-fledged architect. Then my mother advised me, I should not stop with architecture. I should do a post-graduation in the same field. I was not for it, but I couldn't say to my mom, and I've accepted as an urban planner. When I have accepted urban planning, I realized why my mother was so clever than me, because I started understanding architecture, because architecture was always in the micro level. Your thinking will be on to a particular building, your thinking will be only on the design, but when you go ahead and learn more in your this thing, your understanding will be broadened, your understanding will be wider, and so that's how my mom helped me in that. And after my architecture and planning, I went and joined with B.V. Doshi and Anant Raje on the project of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. After working there for a week, I realized I know nothing about architecture. So I started learning from there, because the school can give you only orientation to architecture. School cannot give you everything you wanted. But your school can give you the foundation, then it is up to you how you pick up and work on and make yourself what you want to be. Now the architecture is not just architecture alone. Architecture has several fields, several disciplines where you can identify your talent and what you are good at and try to work on those areas. You are going to build new India, and you have a very responsible role, because we have a very limited land and number of people. So we know that land is inextensible. So as an architect, all of you should care for your planning, what you are going to build, how you are going to build, and whom you are going to build. It is not the plan elevation section. You have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders which you have to carry. Then you have to be very loyal to the institute where you are graduated, and also keep in touch with the professors whom you have brought, because your inputs will be helpful to the school, and professors' input will be helpful to you. Today I am here because of my institute, and professors have helped me, and I will listen to them, and then I do whatever is good for the thing. So I wish you all the best, and thank you for this thing, and thanks the management, this thing, and all the guests here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your valuable words, sir. I now request a distinguished guest of honor Architect Ramprakash Sir, Principal Architect, Ramprakash Associates, to address the gathering.
Esteemed Chief Guest, dear management, faculty members, and my dear students, of course, dear parents, good morning one and all. Today marks a profound milestone, not just the completion of this architectural education, it's just the beginning of your life as a thinker, as a designer, and as a builder of the future. Architecture is unlike any other profession. It demands so many things. It demands precision like science. It demands creativity like art. It demands empathy like sociology. And it demands resilience like engineering. We all know that you have spent sleepless nights shaping models that to cooperate, wrestling with deadlines and critics, pouring your soul into drawings that told so many stories without words. And today, the journey culminates in this moment. You all did it. You made it here. Take that in. So, but let me tell you something honestly. Your education has just begun. And architecture is not a fast road. It's a slow burn. That's okay. We have measured everything except our own patience. But out there, the world moves on a different way of clock. Projects may take years. Clients may take time. Your recognition may not come right away. And so the first thing I want to tell you all is be patient. Not passive, but patient. Patience gives you space to learn. It gives space to fail, and it gives space to evolve. And second thing is this, you don't have to do everything. In college, we were taught to try it all, be it urban design, interiors, sustainability, this theory, that theory, and all. I don't say no. But now, it's time for you to listen inward and ask, what moves me? Maybe it's a heritage conservation, or green buildings, or speculative design. Maybe it's not even traditional practice, maybe an architectural journalism, or digital fabrication, or so on. Find that niche. Carve it out, even if no one sees it yet. While you are doing that, showcase your work. Don't wait for the perfect project or for the perfect portfolio. Share your sketches, share your ideas. The world needs to see not just finished glass buildings. It looks for the imagination behind them. So you are a perspective, let it be known. Dear students, your voice matters, your vision matters, your story matters. The most powerful thing you can build is a career that reflects who you are. If you can, form a team, collaborate, partner with your friends, create your own studio. Because honestly, a good team can take an idea much further than a lone genius ever could. My dear budding architects, you are stepping into a field with problems or big climate, housing, cities, and so on. You are going to need each other to solve them. Different skills, different perspectives, but the same goal, building a better world. So know this and be sure there is always a space for you. It may not be laid out clearly, but you have the tools to shape it. So, to be simple and precise, stay patient, stay curious, find your niche, share your brilliance, and never forget the most important structure you will ever build and you will ever design is your life for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good things come to people who wait, but better things come to those who go out and get them. The most awaited moment has come, yes. Now it is time we acknowledge the talent of our budding architects. The fruit of hard work and discipline will finally be reaped. You will now be receiving your prized degree, a symbol of accomplishment. May I request our HOD, Professor Kavitha ma'am, to call upon the graduates in order to come and receive their degrees, which will be awarded by our distinguished chief guest, Architect B.S. Murthy sir, and guest of honor, Architect Ramprakash sir.
Department of Architecture who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of Anna University, Chennai. We take great pride in recognizing our college toppers today whose outstanding academic achievements have brought honor to our institution. Our college toppers of the batch 2019-2024. Architect Sanjana Shankar is a college topper with the CGPA of 9.27, secures the first rank. She is pursuing a master's in urban planning and sustainability at KU Leuven, Belgium. She is enrolled in an intensive program focused on urban transformation and sustainable design. On her behalf, I request a parent to receive the certificate. I request Father of Sanjana, can you please come on the stage, please? Architect M. Nagamai with a CGPA of 9.15 secures the second place. She is currently working at MTA Architects Guindy and is planning to pursue a master degree in urban design and planning at University College, Dublin, Ireland. Architect G. Sharath secures the fourth place with a CGPA of 8.53. He is pursuing a Master's in Construction Management at Deakin University, Australia. In continuation, M. Abiba. Architect Akshaya K.R. Architect Ashley Sharmi. Architect Arishma M. Architect Karishma. Architect Navabharati. Architect K. Parkavi. Architect A. Ramya. Architect S. Ritika. Architect Rumeza Sultana Kashim Sharif. Architect Shakti Srinidhi. Architect Shiva Shankari. Architect Sneha. Architect M. Sumaya. Architect S. Sumita. Architect G. Supriya. Architect Vidyashree. Architect Visalakshi V. Architect P. Yoga Nityashree. Architect Devashree. I request the guest of honor to give the certificates. Architect Akil Tanveer Hamid Naushat. Graduates, request not to clap, please. Architect Abdul Rahman. Architect Ahmad Riaz. Architect Akash Yes. Architect Andarul Asif. Asjad Ahmad K.A. Architect Ayan Bakash. Architect Badrinath D. Architect Bharat Kumar A. Architect Harish V. Architect Aalim R. Architect Jammi Vasista. Architect Karthikeyan C. Thank you. Architect Qasim Musharraf. Architect Lokesh. Architect Muhammed Faisal. Architect Muhammad Mushtaq. Architect Muhammad Shajid. Architect Muhammad Yasir. Architect Muhammad Atif. Architect Muhammad Safi. Architect Muhammad Anwar. Architect Muhammad Bilal. Architect Muhammad Junaid, yes. Architect Muhammad Nadeem J. Architect Muthayya P.L. Architect Rohit V. Architect Sanjay Kant M. Architect Santosh G. Architect Syed Ahmad. Architect Shakil Mushin. Architect Syed Faraz. Architect Rishank D.V. Architect Yukesh M. Architect Vikram. Architect Shahul Amid N.S. Architect Vikesh Yen.
in the discharge of our duties in our profession, and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members, and shall devote all our energy to promote the unity, integrity, and secular ideal of our country. Thank you.
Ceremony closed.
I hereby dissolve this graduation day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा दव शुभ नामे जाहे जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
We request everyone to be seated. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. We request everyone to keep standing while the procession of the dignitaries leave the hall.